Hello everyone and welcome. It's been a while since I've reviewed any cordless electric screwdrivers, and some of you guys have been asking me for new cordless screwdriver reviews. So here we are. Today we have two cordless electric screwdrivers to look at from TopShak. These cordless screwdrivers, each one has its pros and cons. That's why we'll be looking at two different designs so you can choose which one best suits your needs. One is more affordable but lacking some features. The other one's a little bit more expensive but more feature rich. So let's open these guys up and take a look at what we have this time. But before we do that, if you enjoy watching honest tool and product reviews plus helpful DIY projects, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you get notified every time I produce a new product review video or DIY video. Alright, so let's see what we have here this time. Here's a shot of the box for you. And these are from TopShak. And we have two different designs. This is the ESD1. This is the ESD2. We'll start off with the one first, and then we'll move on to the next one. So let's get started. Alright guys, so when you unbox this puppy, this is everything you get right here. Now, since there are two screwdrivers, we're going to talk about each one separately. We'll start off with the ESD1 right here, and then we'll move on to the other one afterward. Now, both of these screwdrivers are from TopShak, and they both came from Banggood. I'll put the links to both of them in the description below so you can look at it and check out which one is best for your needs. Now, this one, like I said, is the ESD1. And at the making of this video, this unit retails for $22.99. And there are generally some coupons and discounts on the Banggood website, so I suggest you check that out, save yourself even more money. Now when you open the package, this is everything you get right here. Start off with the owner's manual that explains everything about the screwdriver, how to use it, how to charge it, maintain it, etc. I suggest you read that. Comes in many different languages, so everyone should be able to read this. It comes with your warranty card right here telling you have 12 months or a 1-year warranty, that any problems whatsoever, they'll take care of you. And everything else in the package is right here. You get the unit itself, you get the USB charging cable, you get 34 bits, and you get a flexible shaft for getting into hard to reach areas. Now the dimensions on this screwdriver are fairly compact. You're looking at 5 inches in length up here, 4 inches at the handle, and 1 3/4 inches in width. Very compact. Now this unit puts out 4 Newton meters of torque, and that's it. There's only one setting. You cannot select the different torque settings. So 4 Newton meters, that's all you get every time. It comes with a built-in 2000 milliamp rechargeable battery, and it has a 1/4 inch magnetic chuck. Now the interesting thing about the bits that come with it is that this is not your standard set of bits. These are including security bits. If you look at the Torx bits right there, you'll see that they are hollow in the center at the tip. So basically that means that they can be used as standard Torx bits, and you can use them as security bits. So that is an extra feature right there. Now this unit is very compact, affordable, and easy to use. This is your simplest design right here. Your pistol grip cordless screwdriver design where there's no anything to mess around with. It doesn't change shape. It's not a transformer. It doesn't give you any headaches. There's nothing to understand, nothing to figure out. Very, very simple. You pick it up, put your hand on it, push the button, and you're screwing screws into the wall, whatever you need to do. Very, very simple. Just has a couple of things to point out to you. First of all, the button right here is your direction selector, forward and backwards. You flip it from side to side, and you select whether you want to go forward or backward. Right here is your activation button. You press it to turn it on, and you go whatever direction you need to go. Up here, it tells you the middle light indicator right there, the middle LED tells you how fully charged up you are. If you put this button in the middle setting, then the screwdriver is locked and will not move. But your LED flashlight does work. You see you have 2 LEDs right there to light up your work area. So if you want to use it as a flashlight, put it in the middle and then just use it as a flashlight. Up here, the middle indicator tells you how fully charged it is. So that tells you right there, if you ever want to know how much battery you have, press the grip and it'll tell you how charged up you are. The 2 arrows tell you what direction you're going in. Press the button in one direction, and there you go. Press it the other way, and there you go. So this screwdriver right here is the most affordable of the two, the least complicated of the two, easy just to grab it and go and do whatever you need to do, and the best one for people that don't want complexity. You just want a cordless electric screwdriver. That's all you want. This is the best one right here. Save yourself some money, no headaches, no complication to worry about. This should be your choice right now if that's what you're looking for. So let's take a look at the other one and talk about its features. All right, so this one here, this is the ESD2, and again from TopShak, link in description below. And at the making of this video, this one retails for $35.99. Though this one has more features than the other one, as I will explain. Now, what you get in the package is the owner's manual, which tells you everything about the unit and how it all works. Read through that. And then the warranty card as well. Again, another 12-month warranty on this one, so you're covered for 1 year. The dimensions on this one are slightly bigger than the other one. It's 6 inches this way, 5 inches at the handle, and 2 inches in width. So a little bit bigger than the other one, and a tiny bit heavier. This one is 13.76 ounces. Now this one also spins at 220 RPMs, but this one has 6 + 1 torque settings, 7 if you want to be fancy and look at it that way. And it does have adjustability on the torque where you can adjust it anywhere from 1 Newton meter to 4 Newton meters. So it gives you more flexibility on the different projects you're working with if you want to be able to use different torque settings. The torque settings are adjusted by this ring on the head right here, where you can see it gives you 6 torque settings. And then you have your drill function, which you can use for drilling into certain things, but it means that basically it will not turn off. It'll keep turning as long as you want it to. So you have 6 + 1, which is your drill function right there. It does have a 3-position handle, as you can see is a little different from the other one. And you have this lock button right here, or unlock button, and you can select 3 different settings for the handle. It'll go 120 degrees, which is this right here, 150 degrees, which is that right there, or 180 degrees, which is that right there. So 3 different angles you can choose from for getting into difficult or hard to get into areas. So this one has that convenient feature right there. Now, if you were to lock it, it also has this button right here where you can select reverse, forward, and lock it in the middle. It also gives you more flashlights. In case you can't see, it has 4 LEDs around the head, so it lights up your work area even better than the other one. And back here, like I said, you have this one for selecting the speed, this one for locking and unlocking the handle, and the trigger grip back here. It also has a light at the bottom where you can turn on there, and you have an additional LED light for if you want to use this as a flashlight and light up whatever you're doing. Now, the convenient feature is you can use both flashlights at the same time if for some reason you need to do that. Move it this way, let's put it that way, and you can see I can turn on that one, and if I press the trigger, you can see it lights up that one. So they both work at the same time if you happen to need it for some reason. So that's a convenient feature right there. On some units, I know one will lock out the other. So this is good that you can use both at the same time. It also has a 2000 milliamp rechargeable battery and a 1/4 inch magnetic chuck. Plus, you get the same set of 34 pieces with it, and you get the flexible shaft for getting into hard to reach areas. And the bits are, again, security bits as well. So the 2 units are very comparable in that respect. So this unit is a little bit more expensive, but it does have a lot more features and the flexibility of the adjustable handle to where you can adjust it to whatever angle is convenient for you. So that's very good in that respect. If you want a little bit more flexibility with the handle, pay a little bit higher price, more adjustable settings for your torque, gives you more flexibility as to the different projects you can do, this is a good unit to select right here. So what would you use either one of these 2 screwdrivers for? Well, you would use them for toy repair, furniture assembly, shelf installation, cabinet assembly, DIY projects, just general repairs and maintenance around the house. So these are good things for just about anybody to have. Keep it in the drawer somewhere, pull it out whenever you need to. Instead of using an old-fashioned screwdriver, this one gives you the flexibility of keeping one hand free so you can hold something, and this will do the turning for you so you don't lose control over what you're working on. So let's try both of these out and see exactly how good they are at sinking some screws. Alright guys, so we have both units here, they're both fully charged up, and we're going to try them out and see exactly how they sink some screws into a 2x4 that I have set up right here in my vise. But something I wanted to point out as I was charging these two things up, something interesting that I came across. This one has a battery indicator like I already showed you. This one does not. This one only has an LED down here that tells you when it's charging and when it's fully charged. That's it. It does not give you a level indicator when you're using it handheld like this. But one thing interesting that I did find is that when you have this one plugged in, this one will work while it's plugged in. So even if you run out of battery, you can always plug it in and keep on going while it's charging. This one, on the other hand, does not work while it is charging. So you cannot plug this one in and keep it going. That could be why it has the battery level indicator, because once it's drained, you have to put it down and recharge it. It cannot work while it's charging. So let's start off with one of these and see what we get. Let's start off with this one and see how it performs. Alright guys, so we're starting off with this unit first of all. And I have a Phillips bit put into it right there because that's all we're going to be using. So I have it set to the maximum torque setting, the drill setting. That is the maximum torque setting right there, which means 4 Newton meters. Since the other one only has one setting, let's make this fair between the two. So let's see how this one performs at 4 Newton meters. We'll drive different size screws and see how it performs. There you go, buried it all the way down. And these are like 1 1/8, something like that. Let's try another one. Very nice. Let's try something a little bigger. These are like 2-inch screws right here. These are 2-inch deck screws. Now that is pretty good. That sunk it in there all the way. And I should mention, I am not pre-drilling. This is a bare piece of wood that is not being pre-drilled. Generally, if you're using a handheld screwdriver like this, a cordless electric screwdriver, you generally should pre-drill it to make it go in a little bit easier and not stress out the tool very much. But since I am torture testing this tool, we want to find out exactly what it is capable of. So I am not pre-drilling any of this stuff. It is going straight into the wood and cutting all the way down. So 2 inches, that was pretty good right there. Let's see, how can it perform with a 3-inch screw? Now, I'm not holding my breath on this. I don't think it'll do very well. It's only 4 Newton meters. It's not that strong. But let's try 3 inches and see what it can do. Wow. I don't know if you can see down here. It basically went all the way through. This guy right here is really strong. 3 inches all the way through and sunk it all the way down here. You can see how far it went down all the way through. This is really a good tool right there. Anything you heard on there was just me slipping on the head of the screwdriver. It wasn't the machine actually giving up. This screwdriver really has a lot of power to it. I am really impressed with it. I thought it was going to give up halfway through. So that is really good right there. Let's try another 2-incher, see how it performs with that. Wow, that is really, really good. I mean, it does slow down, but that tells you it is really putting the torque in there. So I'm really impressed with this little guy. Let's move on to the next one. Oh, before we do that, let me show you how sometimes it can be convenient to use it this way. I'll show you right now. And I'll use one of the smaller ones since I'm already torturing it enough. Let's see, putting in one of the small screws, where having it this way can sometimes be quite beneficial. You can see right there how sometimes having it elongated can be very, very useful to you. Or I'll show you from this angle over here. Let's put in something like this where you had to reach in from the outer edge like this. A pistol grip would be convenient, but sometimes having the elongated body can make it easier for you to push it in. As you see right there. Let's use another one. Because this way I'm able to use both hands to get greater stability and really push that in there. Let's try a 2-incher, see how that performs. Well, that fell down. Let's see. Wow, that goes really, really good. This is a really good machine. For 35 bucks, I think this is really quite strong. Let's move on to the next one. All right, guys, so now we're going to test this little guy right here. Now remember, this guy has no adjustability whatsoever. It has just 200 RPMs, 4 Newton meters, that's it. Just press and go. So let's try it on a few different screws and see how it performs. And in case you're wondering, I turned this over. That side is over here now, so it's a fresh new piece of wood, no drilling into it. The old side is on that side over there. So let's start off and see how it can do with some smaller screws and build up from there. Okay, no problem with that small one there. Let's try it again with another one. And one thing I will say is, at least for my hands, this grip is a little bit small. I feel like I'm losing grip here at the bottom. So if you have larger hands, my hands are not that big, but if you have larger hands, this little guy may not be very comfortable. I would say to go with the other one that has a little longer grip to it. So keep that in mind. Let's try a 2-inch screw and see how that performs. Alright, this one did not have as much power as the other one. It stopped just a little bit from getting it all the way in there. So you can see that it's not fully depressed down in there. Let's try another 2-inch screw and see how it performs. Alright, so this guy seems to be okay for general duty, but I wouldn't say it's as good as the other one. The other one, the ESD2, I believe is the number. I think the other one is better than this one. Let's try putting some screws on the side over here. Okay, that's fine. Let's try a 2-inch screw, see how that works. Alright, and it turns off right there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a little bit sticking out there. It's not all the way in. About that much, about an eighth of an inch, something like that, that it stayed out. It did not go all the way in. So this guy is okay for general assembly and stuff like that, but again, this one, you would need to pre-drill the screws to get it all the way in. Alright, so let's sum it up. Okay guys, there you have it. A review and testing of 2 cordless electric screwdrivers from TopShak, available through Banggood. In summary, I think these are both very good screwdrivers with different missions in mind. If you're looking for an affordable and easy-to-use cordless screwdriver for doing light-duty things around the house, I think this ESD1 is a perfectly good screwdriver. It works fine for tightening screws that have come loose on door hinges, cupboards, things like that, hanging up picture frames, general light-duty things like that. If you're going to be installing a screw in a wall or something, generally it's a good idea to pre-drill anything with this unit to get the most performance out of it. On the other hand, for a few dollars more, you can get the ESD2, which has a lot more features and adjustability. I was really impressed at how this little guy here could drive a 3-inch screw into a 2x4. It slowed down, but it never gave up. In its maximum setting, it has as much power as a full-size drill driver. This is really impressive for a $30 cordless screwdriver. It also has the flexibility of selecting different torque settings for when you need them. And it also has an adjustable handle for getting into tight places. Like I mentioned before, most folks with larger hands will want to use this unit here because the handle is slightly longer and more comfortable to use. So there you go, guys. Pick the best one that suits your needs and go from there. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye for now.